This is Unit 5, Formative 2, Day 2. In this video, we're going to solve quadratics by the square root method. So just a reminder on your square root, okay, that's a square root. And for example, the square root of 36 is 6. Okay, so what times itself equals 36? Square root of 49 is 7. Okay, all right. Okay, so here's the square root method. We have x squared equals 36. The first thing you need to remember on these is that the x needs to be by itself. Okay, so the x squared in this case needs to be by itself. And it is by itself here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the square root of both sides. Okay, the square root of x squared is x. And then the square root of 36 is 6. So my answer in this case is plus or minus 6. Whenever you take the square root, it's always going to be a plus or minus. Okay, on this one, number 2, we notice that the x squared is not by itself, so I need to eliminate the 5. So I'm going to divide by 5. Okay, what you do to one side, you have to do the other. Okay, so now I get x squared equals 9. Okay, now when you get the x squared by itself, you're going to take the square root of both sides. Okay, and then the square root and the x squared cancel each other out, and you're left with x. And the square root of 9 is plus or minus 3. All right, next one, 3x squared minus 12 equals 0. So again, we have to get the x by itself. So I need to get rid of the 3 and the minus 12. So I'm going to add 12 to both sides. And we get 3x squared equals 12. Divide by 3. And we get x squared equals 4. Now the x squared is by itself, so I'm going to take the square root. So x equals plus or minus 2. Alright, next one. Okay, again, get the x squared by itself. So I'm going to subtract 64. Okay, so I have negative 4x squared equals negative 64. Divide by negative 4. Okay, so x squared equals 16. Take the square root, and x equals plus or minus 4. Now sometimes you don't have a perfect square, so sometimes you might have x squared equals 15. So when you take the square root of 15, 15 is not a perfect square, so you're just going to put it in your calculator. And you're going to get a decimal. It's still plus or minus, but in the calculator it says like 3.872983346. We're just going to go plus or minus 3.9. We'll just round to the nearest tenth. Okay? So they're not always going to be perfect squares, and you can get decimals. Just use your calculator for that. All right, have a great day.